And good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you may be calling in from. Welcome to Cool Trader Pro's webinar presentation. I trust that everyone's had a chance to take a look at the legal disclaimer prior to the start of our call. My name is Sunil Wadhwa. I'm one of the co-founders and president for Cool Trader Pro. Our founders, Carrie Flanders, CEO, Nick Roush, our managing director. These are incredible gentlemen, very focused individuals in helping each of you develop a very large international business with our company. The genius, the inventor, the creator and founder of our company is Mr. Ed Barsano. I'd like to give you a quick background about Mr. Barsano. At a very young age of 19, he entered the military. And the military very quickly recognized that this guy was a genius, so they put him in data processing. Very quickly, he moved up the ranks, and he was working hand-in-hand with Vice Admiral Bryant. Their task was to create the nuclear codes for the Navy. To zip forward a little bit, in 1987, Microsoft reached out to the military and asked for a very short list of top-notch programmers and only wanted 5 names, and Mr. Barsano was right at the top of that list. He went to the Microsoft headquarters for an interview, thought that the interview would be 30 to 45 minutes. Very quickly, that interview turned into about a 6-hour session. And as some of you will get to know Mr. Barsano, and I'm sure that many of you have already heard him on conference calls that we've had over the last few weeks, he's an incredible gentleman, a very funny guy, but a very straight shooter. And that's what happened in that Microsoft interview process. He turned the table around and started to tell the executives what, frankly, they were doing wrong. So long story short, they hired him. In 1995, after 8 hard years of working at Microsoft, in fact, he'll share stories with you on conference calls, and he says how Microsoft was an absolute war zone back then. People would come in at Monday morning and not leave until Saturday late night. People would literally pass out on their desks or on the floor because Microsoft was growing so rapidly. Well, 8 hard years, he decided to take the golden parachute. He retired with multi-millions of dollars, enough money for the rest of his life and beyond. He relaxed, had a lot of good time for 5 years, and in 2000, had lost half of his assets to the stock market. In fact, 60% to be precise, in the stock market. Well, he's one of these guys, kind of like the old saying, don't wake up a sleeping giant. Well, that's what the stock market did. They woke him up. He was very upset about the idea. He still had plenty of money left for the rest of his life. But he says, why did this happen? This should not have happened, and it's not going to happen to me ever again. So he vowed to make the stock market a safer place to trade by creating a fully automatic or automated robotic system. After 5 years and 5 million lines of code, he accomplished his dream, and a whole new industry was born, and that's why we're on this call today. His mission is very simple. It's to restore confidence to the middle-class investor by leveraging technology and innovation. I'm sure that these facts on your screen, every one of us are certainly well aware of these. Just to recap a couple of these astonishing facts, in 2011, last year, according to Bloomberg, 2/3 of mutual funds lost money. 70% of all stock market trades are executed by institutional computers. These massive investors, these institutions have these massive computers that frankly have a competitive edge. Well, now we do as well because of this incredible technology. We all know, of course, the last 15 years has been devastating. Trillions of dollars worldwide have been lost because of the ups and downs in the cycles of the stock market. The buy and hold strategy, in my personal opinion, it's old school. The idea of buying a stock and sitting on it for 20, 30 years just simply doesn't work. So the individual investor out there in the world has become very discouraged, and we absolutely believe with Cool Trader Pro and this incredible technology, we are priming the market for a full paradigm shift, and I think you'll agree with me as we get into the details here. You know, industry experts said this could never be done. Why? Because it's a form of artificial intelligence. 5 million lines of code, overall now 12 years of development, $10 million in development costs, and it's now been recognized by industry insiders as the only fully automated system available to the general public. Here's in a nutshell what it does. It identifies stocks to buy opens and closes positions automatically. So in the morning, as long as your computer is on, it turns itself on, it trades all day, and then shuts itself off after market hours. All 100% fully automated. Now, many of you listening to this webinar today are thinking, well, how do we know this really worked, and how long have you guys been out, and so on? Great question. So I'd like to give you some very hard facts here. Chris Throop, who's a senior VP at Merrill Lynch, has hailed CoolTrade as a real McCoy and the only true robotic trader available to the public. Now, on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, you see 8 major worldwide companies: E-Trade, FXCM, Interactive Brokers, Option House, MB Trading, TD Ameritrade, Collective 2, and Trade King. You see, all of these companies actually came to Ed Barsano to team up with him. He did not go out to any of these companies. Here's some more facts about our company. This is not a new technology, meaning it didn't start last week or last month. He actually rolled out this technology 7 years ago in 2005. And Ameritrade got a copy in 2006 and called him up and said, man, where did you come from? We've been working on this for years. You're about 7, 8 years ahead of us and about $30 to $40 million ahead of us. Listen, since you're already there, we're going to back off from developing this thing, but we want to team up with you. As all of these brokers on your screen came to him to develop a relationship with him. Now, they don't sell our services or our software. What they do is they are absolutely elated when traders use our software because they have tested the software. They know it works. By consumers using this incredible technology, these brokers know that they're going to get better results than those that don't use this technology. And by getting better results, these traders are going to have, of course, more trades, and that's how these companies make more money. In fact, if you go right now to E-Trade, you will find that up in the search engine at the top of the page, if you put in CoolTrade, our information pops up on E-Trade's site as well as the other brokers as well. So one of the things that really impressed me as I was doing research and my due diligence, and we certainly hope you all will as well, I went on to the Internet, and I scoured the Internet. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 7 years, Ed has brought on board 14,000 subscribers worldwide in 40 countries. Let me repeat that. 14,000 subscribers in 40 countries over the last 7 years. But here's what really impressed me. Beyond these brokers that have come on board was this fact, that out of those 14,000 worldwide subscribers, I could not find one complaint about the software anywhere in the Internet. That is very impressive because, as you and I both know, people will complain about something whether it's good or bad. And here is a technology out for 7 years, 14,000 worldwide subscribers, and not one complaint about the software. I just have to really emphasize that point. Now, the genius of the software is that you simply download the software, you select a strategy. He has pre-programmed 10 strategies that have been time-tested over time. You see, what happened over the last 7 years is that a lot of his users, a lot of these traders on a worldwide basis reported back to Ed what was working. And, of course, Ed uses his own system every single day. In fact, he's an owner of 2 major hedge funds as well. And so he knows, of course, the strategies that are working and that are not working. So this incredible technology is so simple. You download it, you select a strategy, and then you walk away from it. And it is absolutely for people like me, ladies and gentlemen. I am probably the dumbest guy you're going to ever meet when it comes to the stock market. Now, I've always wanted to be in the stock market. In fact, I'll share a story with you here in just a second. But I never took the time to become a student of the market. So for tens of millions of us around the world that know that there's money to be made in the stock market, we can now do that with this incredible software. You download it, select a strategy, and you walk away from it. That's how simple it is. In fact, I've done that. 2 weeks ago, I opened up my account. I moved $50,000 in it, and I have not looked at it, and I don't intend to look at it till the end of the month. And then I'll report my my earnings back to you guys, and I'll keep you informed every couple of weeks as to what's happened. But I literally have not looked at my account All I'm making sure is that my computer is running every single day, and that's it. Now, for those of you that are more seasoned investors and traders and so on, the genius of this program is that, yes, you can indeed make any tweaks or changes to your liking in the system. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and we also have a lot of strategies that our investors use on our bulletin boards and so on. So a very, very incredible, the only fully automated stock trading software anywhere in the world. Here's a screenshot of one of Ed Barsano's accounts. This was November the 7th, a few weeks ago, about 30 days ago, where that's when the market dropped by 303 points. Here you see that his one account picked up $56,600 in profit just for that one day. Now, if Mr. Barsano was on the call here today, here's what he would tell you in a nutshell. He is boxed in, using his terminology, he is boxed in the stock market. Whether it goes up or whether it goes down, he does not care. You know, so many of us are fixated on the fact whether the Dow's going up or down, and of course we get crazy nervous when it goes down. He, on the other hand, doesn't care if it goes up or down because of the genius of his software program. So let me recap here. We have a world-class genius programmer from Microsoft that's created this technology. It's been marketed for 7 years in 40 countries. It's been translated in 6 languages and also trades in 6 different markets. It trades on the Australian, Hong Kong, Singapore, London, Canadian, U.S., and actually the 7th one is India now as well. Okay, so and he's going to be adding more and more markets to it. It's a one-of-a-kind technology, no competition, and in fact, 60 Minutes featured this type of a technology. They featured these huge institutional investors that use this technology and how they have this competitive edge, and now we do as well, again, with this technology. You know, Ed Barsano and his team have done an incredible job over the last 7 years, but without any marketing push, they still have brought on board 14,000 current subscribers around the world. Let me just say this again, that tens of millions have dreamt about this technology as I did. I want to share a quick personal story with you. About 10 years ago, I got into the market by buying a software. It was one of these software programs that had these red, yellow, and green lights. And I was so excited because I thought, finally, here's a software that's going to hold my hand, so to speak, and walk me through the process. I paid $4,500 for this thing 10 years ago, and I paid $150 per month immediately upon buying the software. Well, I brought it home, got excited, went to a training class, came home, turned the thing on, and 2 weeks later I was literally pulling my hair out. This thing required me to sit in front of it, watch these crazy lights change, and then it expected me to make a lot of decisions that I was quite nervous about. So long story short, 2 weeks later, I put this thing, I turned it off and put it on the bookshelf, and it's been sitting there for the last 10 years. Now, I distinctly remember back then, however, that why in the world wasn't there a software that would allow me, as a novice investor, to just elect a certain amount of money that I want to go in the market with and just have the thing do all the work for me? Well, unbeknownst to me, Ed had this out 7 years ago. I just simply didn't know about it. I assure you, over the last 30 days and talking to so many people around the world, people have the same feeling that I had 10 years ago. Why in the world isn't there something that I can just turn on and let it do the thing for me? Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So without a question, tens of millions of people are going to want this. It's easy, it's needed, and no doubt millions are going to jump on it as soon as we let them know about it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the webinar today. We're so very excited. We have a technology here that's been around for 7 years with thousands of subscribers on a worldwide basis without one complaint from anyone in 40 countries about our technology. We invite you to please get back together with the person that invited you on the call, and please come on board, purchase your software with the incredible deal that's on the table right now, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.